Good morning, children. So we'll continue where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday we saw that Sangeeta madam, she lost her balance while crossing the river. The rope slipped from her hand and she started shouting for help. Now what happened? What she says, I was sure I would be carried away by the river. But no, I found that I was tied with the rope to the sling. Hold the rope, hold the rope. I could hear the shout. I somehow managed to get hold of the rope and pull myself forward. Slowly, with some courage, I reached the river bank. Okay, and I felt a special kind of happiness as I came out of the water. Happiness on finishing a challenging task. Now, standing on the bank, I was calling out to others to hold the rope tightly, as if others were doing for her. She also went at the bank and she also started saying the same thing, hold the rope tightly. I knew that this confidence was a result of facing a challenge with the courage. Okay. Now, rock climbing. We had to climb 15 kilometers to reach Tekla village. Children, you have to remember these numbers because they might be asked in the exams. See, it is 10th February. So, they had to climb 15 kilometers, climbing on the rock, climbing on the mountains. How much they have to climb? 15 kilometers. They don't have to walk on the plain land. They have to climb 15 kilometers to reach Tekla village. It was at a height of 1600 meters. Our rucksack, what is rucksack? The bag which they carry at the back, had all that we may need. Please underline. What is there in their rucksack? Food packets, water bottles, rope, hook, okay, plastic sheets, diary, torch, towel, soap, ventilator, whistle, jaggery, chana and some other snacks. We could see fruits and vegetables growing in the steppe fields. Now what is steppe fields? When the land is, there is a steep land, okay, the hills are always steepy. So what do? They make steps and step becomes flat and then they do the farming. So steppe fields they saw. We saw Colonel Ram Singh standing on a 90 meters high flat rock with pegs and ropes. We had been told to first observe the rock carefully and identify holds, places. What is holds? Please underline, places where we can put our hands and feet. Today, I was not going to back out. I stood first in the line. Our instructor tied a rope around his waist. Okay. He put the sling. Okay. He put the sling and held the thick rope which was hanging. He started climbing as if he was running up. Okay, he started climbing as if he was running up. I also put my sling, but as I took my first step, I slipped. And there I was, swinging from the rope. Slip, then you have to hold the sling. Now you have to hold the rope. Then she was again started swinging from the rope. Keep your body. Now this is very important, always as in the exam. Keep your body at an angle of 90 degrees while climbing. You have to keep your body at an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, from the surface. I heard, keep your back straight. Do not bend. Okay. Keeping this in mind, I imagined the rock as flat ground and started to climb up. Again, while coming down, we had to use the rope in a special way called rappelling. Okay. While going up, you have to keep the body at a right angle. that is the 90 degree, and when you come down you have a special way of coming down, and that's rappelling. I did this with the same fearlessness. Okay, so children, see how she is getting confidence, and she is doing all. When she was afraid in the beginning, she was very scared of doing everything, right? Now a funny incident. This is also interesting. A funny incident. It was evening, Khondonbi, see the date, 14th of February 1984. It was evening, Khondonbi was feeling hungry. We did not have anything to eat. She jumped over the fence and got into a field. She quickly plucked 2 big cucumbers and came back. Just then, a woman came from behind and caught hold of her bag. She started saying something to Khondonbi in her own language. We could not understand what she was saying. Khondonbi was trying to explain in her Mizo language, because Khondonbi knows only Mizo language, which we could not understand. Okay, I tried to explain in Hindi, but neither of them could understand it. Finally, I folded my hands to say that we are very sorry. So they were sorry. But by then, our group had gone far ahead. It was already dark. I thought we had lost our way. Now, we were really scared. We could not see anything even with our torches. I started sweating even though it was cold. I tightly held Khondonbi's hand. I called out loudly, "Where are you all? Can you hear me?" My voice echoed in the mountains. We both started to whistle loudly and flashed our torches. Probably the group had noticed that we were missing. We heard some whistles at a distance. I understood the signal. We held each other's hand tightly and waited. Khondonbi felt that we should keep talking. We started singing a Mizo song loudly. After some time, we saw them coming towards us. At last, we were with the group again. So you can see she went to eat something. She went into the farm, took some cucumber. In that only she got caught also. In that only they were behind. Okay. Now a special guest. After dinner we met a special guest. Who is that? She was Bachendri Pal. She had just been selected as a part of the team to climb Mount Everest. Now we all know that Bachendri Pal is the one who went to the Mount Everest. She came to seek the blessings of Brigadier Gyan Singh. It was a happy evening. We were all singing. Bachendri also joined us in the singing and dancing on the famous Pahad song Bedu Pako Baramasa Kafal Paka Pako Chaita Meri Chaila. At that time, we had no idea that Bachendri would become the first Indian woman to reach Mount Everest and create history. Okay, because before going only she came to seek the blessings. Okay, children. Now there are a few pages left. It's total 11 pages. We'll do this camp in the snow. And here we are going to finish it. So camp in the snow on 18th February 1984. We were standing at a height of 2134 meters, that is 2134. We were to spend the night here. Everyone was busy trying to put up the tent. We use double-layered plastic sheet. Please underline why they need to put the double-layered plastic sheet. So we use double-layered plastic sheet for the tent and for the ground. Now, this is important. Why do they use double-layered plastic sheet? The air between the layers would help us keep warm. Okay, this is the answer. The air between the two sheets helped to keep them warm. We put in the pegs and began to put up the tent. As we tied it from inside, the wind flew and the tent from the other side. After quite a lot of pulling and tugging, we managed to get the tent up. Then we dug the drain around the tent. Okay. Now they dug a drain around the tent also. Now initially it was very difficult for them to put and tug the tent because it was so windy over there. After that they put a drain. They put a drain around the tent. We were feeling very hungry. We collected some firewood and stones to make a chulha and cook some food. After the meal, we collected all the waste in a bag to clean the campsite. Soon we got into our sleeping bags. Okay, I was not sure if we would be able to sleep in it. So they had their sleeping bags. Would it be comfortable? Would I not feel cold? But the bags were filled with soft feathers which helped in keeping us warm. We were all very tired, so soon we fell asleep. Okay, so the next morning we woke up and found that it was snowing. White, soft, fluffy snowflakes were gently falling. Wow, it was so beautiful. The plants, the trees, and the grass, the mountains, everything looked white. Today we were to climb higher to 2,700 meters, children. Okay, we walked carefully on the snow with the help of sticks. It was difficult because we kept slipping. By afternoon, we had reached snow-covered mountains. We enjoyed throwing snowballs at each other and making a big snowman. So you can see how they are enjoying. Yeah, so when you enjoy, everything is fun, whether it's a difficult task or easy task. Okay, so here we are done, children. Next we'll see in the next period.